Happy Monday.
Richard Fisher, the former president and CEO of the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas, said clearly, our inability to look beyond the latest news cycle could be one of the most dangerous traits of our generation, end quote. Hey, I know, I get it. Yes, we are living in a constant state of uncertainty. And it is certain uncertainty will be never ending. In these circumstances, it's easy to see how people can make decisions derived from the fear of present events that end up hurting their long-term interests. It's called short-termism. It is a common human affliction and ancient bad habit, one that can cost you significant opportunity. But this morning, I want to help you correct this. So while everybody around you panics, becomes debilitated by stress and worry and anxiety, you're going to be able to smile and see clearly the future is bright. You'll know that there is nothing to worry about. In fact, you're going to be fired up and crazy excited about the future. Short-termism is a survival trait that evolved to help us respond to immediate threats. Our brain is exquisitely fine-tuned to compel us to get out of the way when a rhino is charging at us or a baseball is coming at our head. The problem is we have evolved to over-favor this bias. We overly fixate on the short term and miss the long-term effects of that short-term decision completely. We even readily forget the lessons of the past. We default to our short-termism and continue to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Look, I know things might look tough and might be tough right now. It might even get tougher as we move forward into this situation in the short term. But here's what you need to know, and you need to know this for sure. You need to know it once and for all, and you need to remember this when you once again default to worry and anxiety and fear about the present. And that is this: the future is always better. Always. And this is measured by almost every metric that there is out there. Let's just take the data of the thing that people are most panicked about. The very thing tracked and measured and reported on daily. This is the thing most all news and commentary are fixated on: the economy. Okay, let's take the two most cited measures of the economy: the stock market and housing. Those things that stated to be the most affecting of these metrics are inflation and interest rates. Okay, this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average over the last 50 years. In 1970, it was 5,842. It's not 10% or 25% or 50% bigger today. It is now 4 to 5 times that number, or a 500% growth rate. Do you know how many panicky news reports came out during that period? The tens of thousands of radio and television and newspaper hours and the online commentary all winding you and your worry and fear up, all the while everything just kept getting better and better. Look at the line between the 2 points. It's nothing but better and better over the long term. It points to only one direction, and that direction is up. So the present is 5 times bigger and better than only 50 years ago. And during that same period, we had inflation at 11.8% in 1975, 13.9% in 1980, negative 2.1% in 2009, negative 0.1% in 2015, to most recently 8 or 9%. In other words, no matter the swing in inflation, over time growth happens and the future still gets better and better. Look at straight GDP. In 1970, it was 1 trillion. Today, it is 23 trillion. That's 23 times bigger and better. It's even up per capita from 5.2 billion to 69 billion. That's 14 times bigger and better. Now, look at the annual change. In other words, over the short term. It's up and it's down, but both metrics over the long term are up. Not just a little, 14 times and 23 times. Are you catching on here? Let's take housing, okay? 50 years ago, the median price of a home in the United States was $23,900. That same exact house today, now 50 years older, is worth $454,900. That's not a 10%, 25%, or 50% gain. That's 19 times, a 1,900% increase. And look at the line between the 2 points. It's nothing but better and better over the long term. Even on a 20-year horizon. From 1970 to 1990, it grew 500% or 5 times. From 2002 to 2022, it grew 240% or 2.4 times. And during that same period, we've had 30-year fixed interest rates at 7.4% in 1972, 16% in 1982, 8.3% in 1992, 6.5% in 2002, 3.66% in 2012, to most recently 4.9%. In other words, no matter the swing in interest rates, over time growth happens and the future gets better and better. Are you following me here? Here is what I am preparing you for. Yes, the next little while might be tough. Things will look down. Things will actually go down, maybe. But instead of going down with them, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually, you have to know, not by blind faith or naive delusions, but by facts, statistics, and by every measure that we have for human progress, the future will be better. What is exciting is we are living in the greatest time to be alive in the history of humankind. And yet still, with each passing day, it's getting better and better and better. If you will only keep your mind, your energy, and your activity focused on the long-term future, you will not only significantly improve your present results, you will multiply your future harvest. That, I tell you, you can bank on. This is such an important topic and mindset and spiritual perspective to have, that tomorrow I will point out those things that you have to guard against, the forces that trigger your short-termism response mechanism, which is why most people keep being sabotaged. But not you, not anymore. So be sure that you come back here tomorrow morning for that. And I will share some of the statistics on the future of wealth and how you can participate in it. That is sure to stoke your fires and have you be crazy excited about the future. For now, reinforce your long-term perspective. Jot down your notes in your Darren Daily Journal and share in the comments below. When you look back 20 years ago, how are you and how is your life and lifestyle better today than it was back then? Share a few examples or references to identify your better present. This will help you look forward to the next 20 years multiplying that trajectory. And I look forward to reading your progress and better present in the comments below.